understand it. What is my purpose? Where do I want to go in life? How does it make me feel to do left hand side things? How does it make me feel to do right hand side things in terms of spirituality? I need to know myself. There's no right or wrong way of living in this realm. There's no right or wrong way of living in this realm. In the mundane, they got laws, yes, but yeah, we're talking about spirituality in your spiritual level, where the laws, the physical mundane laws, don't touch. You understand, right? Let me continue. It's to elevate your consciousness, to master yourself, right? Higher magic is about alignment. It's about your higher consciousness. It's about you doing what you're supposed to do. Yeah, remembering who you are. Right now, high magic is transformation of the practitioner. It changes you first, then your reality. You see, manifesting is about changing you first, and then you're able to change your reality. So what we're hearing now about manifesting recently, there's a lot of push about changing yourself. You need to work on yourself. You need to work on yourself. And it's normal, like just do the ritual, just do the lighting the candle, doing all those little um low magic practices. It's about you knowing yourself clearly, okay? And also, a lot of people are afraid of their true selves. So, high magic or not, it's not for people that are afraid to really go in deep within themselves. Right? So as I said, it's about you changing yourself first, and then your reality. Then low magic. Yes, let's talk about low magic. Low magic is based on pagan practices. It's based on the lower population, because in history, people that practice high magic were more noble people, more higher level type of society. Right? That is why in the secret societies, you get the wealthy families, you get the big bankers, we have the big corporation members and owners of big corporations that are actually sitting in secret societies practicing high magic. Right now, the low magic is about the pagan practices. It's very rural as well. Because like if you look at Wicca, if you don't know anything about Wicca, go and Google it, right? Wicca is also a spiritual, it's actually a religion. It's a pagan religion. Wicca focus a lot on low magic, the basic magic things like manifesting results, everyday needs. It's about just about just about how would you call it? Living from hand to mouth, in other words. Then high magic is most like high level. You get to change yourself and you become a master of yourself, and you're able to now manifest these things. Low magic is about living from hand to mouth, manifesting just for what you need for now. Very rural, very low level, right? Kind of thing, okay? So it's about manifesting results and everyday needs. You're using candle magic here as well, okay? Candle magic is an example of low magic, right? Candle magic, money and love spells, very popular. That is also known as low magic, because you're not changing yourself. You're looking something outside yourself, and you're not looking at long term. You're looking at just for now. Love spells and money spells is low magic. Now, guys, there's nothing wrong or right about low magic or high magic. I'm just giving information. Right? So all these people that love to do like money spells and love spells, they don't know that they're actually doing low magic, they're doing magical things. Prayer in a Christian church. When you are praying to God to help you for more money, you're actually performing a magical thing. You're putting a spell out there. You're actually practicing magic. Very interesting. I'm praying for a partner. I'm praying for a new job. I'm praying for this. You're actually practicing a magical principle. And you think that magic doesn't exist in a Christian church. The Christian church is made up of magic. Excuse me. The Christian religion, even the Islamic religion, is all about magic. There's nothing here in this earth realm that's not magical. Everything is connected to magic. Our words are spells. Our intention and focus is powerful. We can move mountains with focus and intention in our words and our actions. That's magical. Okay? So let's go back to the low magic. So we talk about money spells and love spells is low magic. Banishing and cleansing, right, is also low magic. It also can be used in high magic as well, because every ceremonial ritual. You have to cleanse and banish first. Center yourself. You have to do those things. So there's certain practices that go across high magic and low magic practices. It's banishing, it's cleansing, because you have to do those. Okay. For any ritual, any magical religious ritual, you have to do some sort of cleansing. When they're doing that incense in the Christian church, they're cleansing, guys. It's called cleansing. They're cleansing you in the church. They're cleansing the environment. They're getting ready for the ritual. You understand? Yeah. So yes, these things are happening everywhere in our religion. That the religion says no, that's demonic. It's not demonic. It's all magical. And there's also protection jars, even like honey jars and protection jars, herbal magic, right? A hoodoo and folk magic. There's moon rituals, full moon rituals, and new moon rituals, right? There's binding spells, which is very left for my opinion. Binding spells are very left hand side, because binding spells that you're not consulting with that person, you're binding, you're going against their will. That's very left hand part type of magic, right? And it's also practiced on the right hand part as well. And then healing spells, like for example, Reiki, touching your hand, and when you're healing people. For me, I believe that's a healing spells that they use, because the Reiki practitioner has to focus on high frequency thoughts and say high frequency things when they touch you to do that healing. All that is magical, right? So let's continue. Practical and direction. The uses and the materials like herbs and oils and candles and dirt as well in terms of magic. Because you can use anything for magic, okay? Results focus, number one, accessible to everyone. You see, this is the reason why that low magic is so popular. It's accessible for everyone. Just get a candle, put some water in a glass, say your intention, write a petition, light your candle, maybe even put some sigils on your candle, maybe anoint your candle. All those things are involved, right? These are all things that are accessible to the mundane people, to the ordinary people. You don't need a lot of money for a candle. You don't need a lot of money for low magic. In high magic, you need a lot of content and information, like books, grimoires that are quite expensive. You can't get hold of them very easily. That's what makes it more expensive, right? So in high magic, you need to get those robes and stuff like that. But I think that is also not so important, but depends on the practitioner. Okay, then goals here with low magic is to influence the physical outcomes. So low magic is about influencing physical outcomes like love, money, protection, cleansing, and luck. It's all about that, right? Low magic, transformation of external circumstances, not the internal, but external circumstances. If you want to be strong in your magical practices and your spiritual practices, you need to focus on yourself, inner self, and work on your inner self. That's high magic, right? Do that whole, like, a lot of introspection. I won't call it shadow work. There's parts work and all those things. It's get very, very, very complex depending on which practitioner you're listening to. Okay, so low magic is about transformation of external circumstances, about changing your environment that affects you now at this time. Okay, you understand? That's what low magic is about. Now let's compare the areas between high magic and low magic. Number one, focus is spiritual evolution when it comes to high magic. Your focus is spiritual evolution when it comes to high magic. Low magic is practical results. You want the results now. And that's okay as well. That's why you can take both these concepts, low magic and high magic, and work them together to actually make you a better spiritual practitioner in that sense. Okay. Right. Now remember that we long discovered that spirituality is not evil. We long discovered that evilness is about intention.